Well, as Professor Ross Garnaut said today, the argument about climate change is becoming less and less about the science and more about politics. The government needs the support of key independents to pass its carbon tax legislation. Today, Regional Development Minister Simon Crean opened a new health training centre. Not just any training centre, it's in the town of Taree, in the middle of the independent MP Rob Oakeshot's electorate, where his support for the government's carbon tax is facing stiff opposition. Political correspondent Tom Iggulden has more.
If recent polls show public opinion about the carbon tax heading down, the science has scholarly concern about climate change heading in the opposite direction.
Good morning, everyone.
The government's top climate change expert released a review today showing most scientific indicators were pointing to a greater impact from climate change than the IPCC report of 2007 forecast.
A lot of the world's path-breaking work on Antarctica is done not far from here, and that work is showing that sea level rise will be well above the levels, the range indicated in the IPCC report.
For an economist like Professor Garnaut, that should logically lead to an increased concern from the general public, not the swing against climate change action pollsters say is actually happening.
But it's an important question why it seems that in Australia, the United States and some European countries, confidence in the science has diminished. One must presume that as an issue moves from something of purely scientific interest into the subject of political debate and dispute, there's a whole lot of communications come into play that aren't actually about the science.
And on the shores of the mid-north coast of New South Wales today, an illustration of that point. In the New South Wales town of Taree, Simon Crean opens a small nurses' training centre, seemingly unrelated to climate change.
Let's blink his eyes. Pleasure to be here with Rob, because this is the demonstration of what he's been arguing for some time since he's been in the Parliament, the importance of bringing skills to the region.
The local member, Rob Oakeshott, is a key supporter of the government's carbon tax, but his traditionally conservative electorate isn't as hot on the idea.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed that he actually went Labor, because, his electorate wanted the coalition.
And so, to bring them around, he's got to prove to voters his support for the government will be accompanied by real benefits for his electorate.
So really appreciate that you're spending the morning with us, and hopefully we can get that cheque out of his back pocket and get some money out of him as well.
Mr Oakeshott's naked grab for largesse puts the government in a difficult position. With $1 billion Regional Australia Fund to be spread around the bush, any implication that Simon Crean is pork-barrelling Mr Oakeshott's electorate could cost the government support in other regional seats.
Well, that's nonsense. The funding package that's been put aside will be available for all RDAs. Pork barrelling, quite frankly, was the role that the previous government perfected as an art form.
My job is to shamelessly lobby for and advocate for my area, and that is what I will do.
But it's not just the government that's sending front benchers to the seat of line. Joe Hockey was there a couple of weeks ago for the opposition, fanning local discontent toward Mr Oakeshott. The Nationals held the seat for 60 years before Mr Oakeshott won it from them, and the coalition wants it back, a move that would take Tony Abbott one step closer to the lodge and move the carbon tax one step closer to extinction. Tom Iggulden, Late Line.